this is the reading for Libra. I always put under in the description that doesn't have to be sun, moon, or rising. I think we all have a little bit of everything within us, so it's about just reading it from different angles and seeing how it resonates with you, and leaving anything that doesn't resonate with you behind. But yeah, I don't know why I felt called to say that, but I thought I'd say that out loud here, because a lot of people probably don't look into the descriptions. But also I want to thank any new subscribers for joining the community, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. We're starting off with this tea leaf deck here, and then we will be getting into Botticelli. We have the Enchanted Tarot, and then Mystical Healing Reading cards, Gypsy Oracle cards, and as always we'll grab some charms. For these cards, I always like to grab, okay, that's a bit probably good here, but where there's like, you can't really see it on the screen, but there's like little dips in certain areas, like I like to call it a little fissure, and I always take from those areas, or I'll slide my hand across, and what, you know, slides out with ease, I'll grab sometimes. Yeah, I always feel like that's what is, you know, meant. Alright, we have happiness, so you might be focusing on your happiness right now in marriage. Okay. And then we have ladder, climbing towards success. We have casket, someone going out of your life or the end of a situation. So there's somebody that might be stepping out of your life. You might be deciding to step out of somebody's life because the situation was perhaps dire and you feel the need to step away. We have needle and thread. A sincere wish will be granted. We have eye, psychic ability. Trust your intuition. Interesting, with the eye of the needle here, I immediately thought that some of you might be manifesting something here. You might have strong manifestation abilities and also like see things, you know, before they happen. We have a desk. Pay attention to your work. So this could have to do with your work. So that might be something you're manifesting, the area you're manifesting in. Also, it might help you to get some support. I think visualizing is going to be important. You are manifesting here. But these figures on the legs of the desk, you know, it's like sometimes you need support. Also, there is, you know, a crumbled up paper there. So that's to say, like, do not feel fear failure. That was a tongue twister. You know, sometimes when you're making blueprints or, you know, what have you, you're going to have, you know, multiple rough drafts, and this just helps you, you know, get that foundation and really move forward on it. Yeah, our minds change as well, like, so perhaps that's something to look at with manifesting. You know, if you're changing your mind a lot, then it's like going to lose some driving factor, some grip. So try to get clear and concise. You know, that's why we see those feathers there, those quills, because you know, you got to get clear and concise. You know, it takes some rough drafts, so perhaps even writing down the things that you wish for is going to help. I think visualizing is important as well, but writing it down might help you get clear on it and then go from there and visualize. Dog, protection from a powerful friend. So that could be the support that I was seeing here. They might help you get a position. They might help you in some way with your dreams here. And we have flute, disappointment in a friend or a lover. I think this has to do with that person that is exiting your life right now. Perhaps you're still hung up on this. Perhaps it's already happened, but you're still hung up on this. And it might be blocking you from climbing this ladder. So, be aware of what you put your mind to. If you're focusing so much on this situation, that's taking away from your ability to focus and manifest the good that you want. So do be aware of that. Let's go ahead and get your cards here. Spirit guides and angels. What messages do we have for Libra here? That's like hooking to my just a block to my watch. I'm feeling very scrambled in my wording. So that could be having to do with the manifestation struggles right now as well. There could be really look at the words you use and the thoughts and how they're worded, because sometimes that can affect things. I once saw a long time ago, and it's always sat with me, about how is it negative contractions? Words like saying not. Let me think of something. Instead of saying I don't want to be sad, instead you would want to say I want to be happy. Where you use the negative way of saying it, it's still, kind of in that field of things, rather than I want to be happy, so getting specific in the wording and trying to take any of the negative ways of wording things out. It's not like that, it doesn't really sound negative, but you get what I'm saying, not rather than want or have, or I don't rather than I do, and just finding the proper way to word that in a different way. A little bit confusing, but yeah, something about that. Spirit guides and angels, messages for the lovely Libras here. What does Libra need to see for their highest good? What outcome do you have for the Libras here? Outcome for the Libras here. It's interesting that cards kind of flip, but they on their own flip right back, so it's almost like a peaking outcome. There's maybe different outcomes. I mean, there's always multiple outcomes possible to occur, but it's it was almost I don't know, it was almost kind of pointing at different outcomes are possible here, very much so. You have a lot of power in this. Okay, so we have here the 5 of Wands in reverse. I do want to state this was kind of flipped, so I'm going to read both ways for this card for you. But so the 5 of Wands in reverse, I'm feeling there was a conflict, that this already occurred. Perhaps it was with this person that is no longer in your life. It could be a friend that you had a falling out with, or it could be an ex, and again, you're still very much so focusing on it. You know, sometimes you can take this as like a conflict resolution when it comes in reverse. So some of you might be resolving this conflict, but with this card, I think that it's more so that it's already happened. It's in the past. This is the past position. And the fact that we have that card, like, I don't think it's so much that your having a resolution on it, but having a resolution with yourself, deciding that you no longer want to focus on it and have this, you know, on your plate. You're ready to, you know, clear your plate, fill it with better things. And that is like the energy you're coming into right now, is like, I'm done focusing on this. So that is very lovely. I am remembering to say here, so there is one transit with Venus this month on the 23rd. Let me double check that. Yeah, the 23rd. Venus will be square with Pluto. You might feel some intense emotions on that day. Try not to take any haste action. You know, take some time on that day for yourself and to just really allow yourself to feel it out and, you know, feel your way through it, and make sure to like give to yourself, nurture yourself, but allow yourself to feel whatever comes up. You know, if you need to have a cry, have a cry. Whatever comes up for you that day, honor it. But just, you maybe step back that day and really allow yourself to let what comes up come up. Try not to resist it. But also, I also just felt that you were feeling some melancholy. But I did get this quote right here, actually. It's I change this out every month, and I like was very called to that quote while I was meditating. And it's, you will face many defeats in your life, but never let yourself be defeated. By Maya, that quote is Maya Angelou. So, you know, maybe that quote will help you. Maybe write it down, put it on your mirror, maybe on that day specifically. Maybe that quote will come to you somehow, but it has some importance for you. Okay, so we have the 8. Oh, this is Justice, my bad. We have Justice in the reverse here as a challenge, and we have the Ace of Swords here as a challenge. So that's the getting clear for manifestation right there. So we already covered that. Yeah, it's just you are feeling perhaps a little scattered. You know, I think it's because you've been focusing on how things were unfair, this conflict. You know, I am definitely feeling whatever the situation was, it was quite unfair on your, like, you didn't deserve it. And, you know, sometimes we just have to let bygones be bygones and move away from the energy and just go ahead and accept it, that it happened. You know, just have an understanding for the human condition, that we all, you know, aren't going to have realization, like, things aren't always going to be efficient for us, and people have their own realizations throughout time as they do. You know, sometimes necessarily they won't have certain realizations, you know, that we might want for them to have. So it's like, it's not your problem though. So just go ahead and try to focus on you and let that go. And, you know, hopefully they'll figure things out on their own as they're meant to on their path, but it isn't your burden to carry. So just let it go. And I know that's easier said than done, I'm a Cancerian, I myself struggle with that. And you being a Libra, like, I think you know, this Justice card is your card, and it's like you want to keep weighing it out because it just felt so unfair, and you know, you believe things should be in balance. And you know, unfortunately, we just have to find our own closure sometimes, because you're not always going to get that apology. You're not always going, people, you know, they might even on some level, you know, they might not, they might just be in their own world, their own place with it all. But sometimes people even understand, like, they were being unfair, and they just haven't matured in their energy to be able to, you know, truly admit that on a, they might on a deeper level feel it, but they can't, you know, say it or bring themselves into it, even allowing themselves to know it. You know, that might be due to some kind of deficit that they feel themselves. So it's best here to just walk away, focus on you. I do think that this is a healing time for you. Let's go ahead and clarify. Spirit guides and angels, messages for Libra here. What does Libra need to see for their highest good? Messages for clarification here for the lovely Libras watching. Okay. So the world, I'm automatically getting about this cycle, they're heading towards, you know, uplifting yourself and getting in touch with your highest self, and allowing things to like flow and flux and happen the way that they should. So like radical acceptance. Alright, we have 8 of Wands and 4 of Swords. So definitely this is a healing period for you. You know, this kind of, I think, stopped you in your tracks, which is, I think, kind of necessary. I think you needed to heal. You may have been like barreling forward, just trying to mend things, trying to keep the balance, keep the peace. And then you guys might have faced this argument that just stopped you in your tracks. Things perhaps ended, and now it's been a period of reflection and rest and healing from it. But you are getting ready to move forward. I think it will still be some time of reflection. Oh, I didn't get to this. Okay, so the Knave of Wands we had here. That is an explorative, and the Knave is equivalent to the Knight of Wands. So it's like new passion coming in. So you are going to reawaken. You know, it did come reverse also. I am going to read it for both because I did end up flipping it as I said it here. So I'm getting kind of with that there might be some sputtering as you begin to move forward. There might be a little bit of like, you might feel motivated one day and, you know, lack of motivation the next. And also that might be kind of how the manifestation goes. One day, like, you might notice things are moving more efficiently. You're heading towards your goals. And then suddenly, you know, there might be some kind of challenge that comes up or blockage. And again, I think that you're very built for this. Like, you're going to move through this for sure. A sincere wish will be granted. I think it's also part of that is going to be about getting clear on what you want. It says a sincere wish. So you might have multiple wishes. So it's like getting clear on that one that really connects with your heart on a deeper level. And that might be why this kind of sputters as well. And then we have the 8 of Cups here, the 8 of Hearts. So yeah, you're walking towards something. You've walked away. You might have more that you walk away from. Those wishes that perhaps don't connect with you, those things that don't connect with you, you're going to walk away from and head towards your heart's truest desire. So let's go ahead and get your mystical healing cards. Spirit guides and angels, messages for Libra, please. What does Libra need to see for their highest good? Messages for Libra. What does Libra need to see? Oh, that just flew right out of here. Hold on. Neat, because it is a horse. So yes, you're moving forward. We have the Knight of Wands here, so you are going to get that passionate again. Just is going to be a matter of unlocking your heart, really connecting with your heart's desire, and what is it that you truly wish for. Being concise with that as well. Finding the proper way to word it, to visualize it, just really connecting with yourself all around. All right, let's get your Gypsy Oracle. Spirit guides and angels, messages to the lovely Libras here. Messages, please, for the lovely Libras. Those in the place. Okay, we're taking them. They felt right in my hand as they kind of turned and okay. So we have conversation. It could be with that protection from powerful friend. It could be that friend that you have a conversation with. It could also be perhaps some of you, it was a friend that you had a falling out with. There could be a conversation had there. But for some it might have been an ex. It's different for everybody. But I'm feeling more so like the conversation, it's with a friend that has fallen out. That might be for somebody specific. Malady. So that's interesting because I did get melancholy in your meditation. So I think that's just about it being a period of rest and healing for you. Take it slow and easy throughout this month. Really give yourself self-care. You might get sick. It could even be around that transit if you're not mindful to take care of yourself. Nothing serious, but just like I'm like noticing this humidifier type thing in this image. So there's steam coming out. It's making me think of a humidifier, let's put it that way. It might be tea. It's making me think of a humidifier. So you might get a cold if you don't slow down and take care of yourself. We have perhaps like some vitamin C will help. I did also get in your meditation about blood sugar. I am not medically trained, so do not this is obviously just like something to look at, not anything untoward, but just as got blood sugar regulation. Some of you, if you go periods without eating, perhaps you do like intermediate fasting. You might be going that it might not be good for your blood sugar the way you're doing it, so look into that. It might be spiking your blood sugar, so make sure if you do that, you research well, you know how to break a fast. So you don't want any high sugar or foods after that. Look into that. Alright, and then we have frivolity. Okay, so some of you could be use retail therapy as a means of comfort, and you might be being called to look at that. That is what I got off of that this time. So look into that. But also take some time to get in nature and, you know, give some leniency to your schedule. If you work very hard, you know, give yourself some time to be a little bit frivolous, you know, in a healthy way. We have money. Okay, so yeah, definitely some of you might use retail therapy, so do be mindful. But also this could be about, you know, work and manifestation here. We have Lord. So that could be about a suitor coming in. I mean, with the Knave of Wands, that can be, there's a court card, and it can be, especially at night, somebody coming in. Do be mindful, especially with frivolous here. It might be more, if it's not what you want, be mindful of this, that it might be more of a frivolous passion, one night stand kind of ordeal. You know, something that burns out, fizzles out, something that's like not as lasting. So if that is not what you are looking for, you know, be aware of that. That doesn't mean to, you know, not put yourself out there if you are single and want to be with somebody, but just, yeah, be mindful of that. And we have servant. So I'm getting that with manifestation again, that the universe is trying to serve you here. It's just about getting clear. Yeah, especially like there's a lot of abundance here on this picture on the wall. So visualize the abundance that you seek, but get clear. All right, we'll get your chart here. Okay, we have the leaf, and this specifically is kind of like a fall leaf. I don't know if you can see that. It reminds me more so of like, I mean, there's not a specific leaf, but it just reminds me of fall. So I think this period is going to be kind of about letting go, the way the leaf just falls in the fall. This period of fall, you're going to be really letting go. We have a gift here. So that's about knowing that you are a gift, but also the universe is delivering. We have a cat. So this resting period has been about gaining your independence and connecting with yourself. Yeah. Okay, and then we have the triangle here. This again can be about manifestation. I also sometimes get, and I am getting this off of here, body, mind, and spirit. So really connecting on those, trying to keep a balance with those. If you don't do a lot of spirit work, try to look into that. If you don't do a lot of physical work, like exercise and stuff like that, look into that. And your mind, you know, allowing it to have a good balance of rest and, you know, putting it to good use. We have the horse here. This is just, again, remind me of this, unlock your heart. You're going to move forward passion's reigniting. You are headed in the right direction. We have the rose here, and with marriage and okay, so also some of you might also just be concerned of, okay, so you'll really have to connect to your heart here, because there is also somebody here with marriage on their mind, with it being more sustainable than what a Knight of the Wands presents as. So you will have to be mindful about that and connect with your psychic abilities, your intuition, to really connect and know on that. We have the reindeer here. So I am getting like movement again on this, but also handling things with grace, and again connecting to your heart. We have the smiley face, and with happiness, yeah, like you're focusing on your happiness right now and letting go of anything that has stood in the way of that. We have, well, this is the Aries pendant, but it also says on it courageous, and it landed on that side. You know, Aries could have to do with anybody here, like you or the person in the past, or the person coming in, or a friend. But I'm kind of feeling the friend courageous, just because of that protection from a powerful friend, but also about being courageous yourself. And we have the elephant, which is moving through obstacles. This elephant specifically has a heart on the ear, so that's like listening with love and being understanding. I'm getting that with yourself. Be understanding to yourself, give yourself grace. Listen to your feelings, especially on that transit day. You know, really sit with yourself and allow yourself to feel whatever comes through. Alright, we will leave this here. We actually have a spring here as well, so that's about movement forward, springing forward. That's also about conductivity, so the manifestation. It's also about spring itself, the time period, and energy. So, you know, try to manage your energy, because you'll have boosts of it where you really spring, but try not to burn out. I especially think of kinetic energy. So yeah, like try not to burn out, and you know, use that energy when it comes in, just mindfully, you know, also taking rest. Oh, and I didn't get this one either. I was ahead of myself, so that's something to be mindful of as well. Try not to get ahead of yourself. The rabbit and the moon. So that reminds me of that story with the rabbit and the moon. But also, again, about getting clear. Abundance is coming to you, but getting clear on your manifestation. Also, perhaps manifesting with the moon phases. So that is towards the full moon, as the moon is growing. That is when you want to focus on growing things. And towards, after the full moon and towards the new moon, you want to release with the moon and let go of things. So we are on a building up period right now. On the full moon, I do a reading I do pick a card reading usually. So around that time, you have heightened instincts and can really look at things clearly, and then you can decide what you want to let go of in that period. Alright, so I do want to thank all of you. I appreciate so much any support that you have given. Likes, comments, and subscribes, they truly help out. They get this channel out there so these messages can get out there to those whom it may help. But I thank you so much for being a part of my journey and welcoming me to be a part of your journey as well. And until next time, lovely folk.